The WWE Universe witnessed a shocking and brutal turn of events as Bron Breakker aligned with the ominous faction The Vision to unleash a devastating beatdown on Seth Rollins and the Street Profits. What began as a competitive, high-energy segment quickly descended into chaos, leaving fans stunned and the landscape of WWE dramatically altered. The segment opened with Seth Rollins addressing the crowd, exuding his trademark confidence and defiance. Rollins spoke about resilience, championships, and standing tall against anyone who dared challenge him. The atmosphere shifted abruptly when Bron Breakker's music hit. Known for his explosive power and relentless aggression, Breakker stormed toward the ring with a cold, focused intensity that immediately raised alarms. Before Rollins could fully prepare, Breakker launched a sudden attack, driving him into the mat with thunderous strikes. The assault was fast, violent, and calculated, classic Breakker. As Rollins struggled to regain his footing, the numbers game tilted sharply. Members of the Vision emerged from the shadows, surrounding the ring and cutting off any escape. The message was clear: this was not a random act of violence, but a statement. Sensing danger, the Street Profits rushed to Rollins' aid, bringing their signature energy and athleticism into the fray. Montez Ford flew into action with explosive offense, while Angelo Dawkins used his power to try and even the odds. For a brief moment, the crowd believed the tide might turn. The ring erupted into a wild brawl, bodies colliding and momentum swinging back and forth. However, the Vision proved why they are one of the most dangerous alliances in WWE today. Working with ruthless precision, they isolated the Street Profits, dismantling their speed and teamwork. Breakker, the centerpiece of destruction, bulldozed through Dawkins with a spine-jarring spear that echoed through the arena. Ford attempted a high-risk move from the top rope. However, the Vision proved why they are one of the most dangerous alliances in WWE today. Working with ruthless precision, they isolated the Street Profits, dismantling their speed and teamwork. Breakker, the centerpiece of destruction, bulldozed through Dawkins with a spine-jarring spear that echoed through the arena. Ford attempted a high-risk move from the top rope, only to be intercepted mid-air and slammed mercilessly to the canvas. With the Street Profits neutralized, attention returned to Seth Rollins. The Vision held him in place as Breakker stared him down, soaking in the crowd's mixture of shock and outrage. What followed was a brutal finishing sequence. Breakker hoisted Rollins and drove him down with overwhelming force, leaving the Visionary laid out and motionless. The visual was chilling. Rollins and the Street Profits scattered across the ring while Breakker and the Vision stood tall, united and dominant. This beatdown was more than just an attack, it was a declaration of war. Bron Breakker has firmly positioned himself as a top-tier threat, not just through raw power, but through strategic alliance. The Vision's involvement signals a shift toward calculated domination, suggesting long-term plans aimed at controlling WWE's main event scene. For Seth Rollins and the Street Profits, the road ahead is uncertain. Pride wounded and momentum halted, they now face the challenge of regrouping against a force that thrives on destruction and unity. For fans, one thing is certain: this rivalry is far from over. If this brutal encounter is any indication, WWE is heading toward an explosive chapter where alliances, ambition, and absolute aggression collide.